Well, hello. Before we start, as always, just make sure you drop us a like down below or a thumbs up or a smiley face in the comments. Let me know you're doing okay. I'd appreciate that very much. And yeah, if you like these videos and you want me to continue doing them, just drop us a like down below and that'd be great. I'm going to continue doing them anyway, but come on, help me out. Just drop us a like. Okay, so let's talk about the magic of maintenance. So Saturday I talked about the film I watched, the documentary film on Amazon Prime called Fat to Finish Line, which was great, about a group of overweight, obese people in America who lost £1,200 between them all, and then went and did this massive, big, long road race and did it as a relay in Florida. And most of them were women, most of them very typical in terms of people that we work with, women aged between sort of 30 and 50, kids, jobs, that type of thing, so normal people. And they'd lost, like some of them had lost like £125. Which is really, really impressive. And there's some very interesting stories in there that put things into context. But for me, I made a load of notes because the general theme was about losing weight and keeping it off versus just the next diet or the next fad. And whilst I think it's important, the diet side is important, most people, when they sit there and think about it logically, don't want to put the weight back on again. They don't lose weight just to put it back on. So, because it was all about that really interested me, because I'm very fortunate in the sense that I'm one of the small percentage of people that's lost significant weight and kept it off. So, with me, it's 5 stone, and I've kept that off now for 15 years. So, one of the things that the first lady talked about, who lost, I think, £120, was she said something that was powerful. She said, when I hit my maintenance weight, now there's all these buzzwords that are surrounded with diets and so on, like maintenance and all this sort of stuff. And what people tend to forget is, and this is the diet culture that does this, and the words and the attitude and the mindset, is they think that maintenance isn't a goal, whereas it is. So for me to stay at this weight versus going back up to where I was before was hard, and it still is, because you're trying to, because you haven't got the leeway anymore. So the reason why a lot of people it's a concept I call succeeding to fail, and it's why the diet industry works in terms of making money, because what it does is it's set up to fail, because the person loses the weight on a particular diet, then they attach the results to that diet, they then stop the diet, put the weight back on again and go back to that diet, and it's like a vicious circle, keeps going around, versus actually learning the skills and values needed to be able to not go on a diet, lose the weight and keep it off. And that's partly because we don't think that maintenance, staying the same, is a goal. Like if somebody comes, if one of our ladies comes to me at the end of our virtual boot camp we're doing after lockdown and says, when we're back in sort of the physical environment, and turns around and says, I have not gained any weight during lockdown, that's it. For me, that's impressive. That's impressive, because I have, I will have gained some. That's impressive for me to stay the same way. And maintenance is a goal. And where people get it wrong is that they kind of fall flat after they've done a diet. So they'll do a diet and they'll go,
now what?
And that's part of the problem. So one of the things that I'm very big on in my programs is educating people about the next steps. So once you've lost this weight, so for example, if you joined our virtual 28-day boot camp, which for a trial on that, just comment below with free trial. Just bear in mind we are women only. We specialise in helping the 30 to 50-year-olds. My goal in that 28 days is for you to drop a clothing size at least, so you can see the results, because ultimately you've got to see the results in that time. There's no point doing it. But what happens after that? I don't want anybody walking away from that 28 days and then putting the weight back on again. So we have to teach you some stuff in that time that's going to help you to keep this weight off that you lose, so you can
Stay the same.
Which is an achievement. Because let's say, for example, you're 2 stone overweight and you lose that 2 stone. If you stay 2 stone lighter, say, for example, your goal's 4 stone, but you lose 2, you keep the 2 off and never put the 2 back on again, but don't lose the other 2, who cares? It's because that's better than... Do you understand? So maintenance is a goal. The problem is that we don't do that. We're either on a diet or off a diet. And we don't think about the long term, and we don't think about that. And that's fine, because that's part of the reason why diets work. Of course they do. But in the long term, they don't, because they're not focused on creating the right mindset and skills to be able to just keep the weight off. And the answer to that is a very simple consistency thing. It just comes down to consistency. And that's why our program, they get in our program is, number one, they get quick results, but two, they stick to it because we're a community and we support consistency. So there's none of this up and down like massive yo-yo type of thing. So maintenance is a goal. It is achievable, but you've got to get into the right program that's suitable for you. Otherwise, it's never going to work. Otherwise, when you come out of lockdown, like I said the other day, it's going to be one of those, back on a diet, go back to reality, back on a diet, which isn't good for your mindset and isn't good for your self-esteem. So if you do want to sign up for our next virtual free trial, that's a 7-day pass to our program. All you need to do is comment below with free trial, and I'll send you the details. If you're not in that space, or you're not a woman aged between 30 and 50, but you perhaps need some help in terms of getting some weight off, I do have my remote coaching program, which isn't free, but it's my signature Lose Up to a Stone in 6 weeks program, which is one-to-one coaching. For more information on that, comment below or drop me a message and I'll send you some details. Have a good day.